Hey there, and welcome to day 3 of our Rally Skirt Sew Along. Today we are going to get started with our sewing. We are going to be putting together the undershorts of our skirt. So let's get started. Before I start sewing my pockets to my side panel pieces, we're supposed to hem down an inch, and the swim material can be kind of slippery, so what I found works for me is if I mark down about 2 inches from the top on the wrong side of the fabric, and then take just an Elmer's glue stick, and just kind of dot right here, because I don't really want to iron this, because if I get it too hot, it'll just melt the fabric. So I'm going to just kind of dot some glue on here and just fold it down to the line and press it with my fingers. And that gives me an even hem that stays put when I go to stitch it with my cover stitch. And the glue's washable, it just washes out when you launder your skirt. So you don't have to worry about it getting gummy or weird. And I'm going to go ahead and stitch my hem down once the glue dries with my cover stitch right here. Okay, my glue is dry, so I'm going to go ahead and hem these under with my cover stitch. Okay, now that we've got the tops hemmed, either on your regular sewing machine or on your cover stitch like I did, we're going to take these and we're going to place them on the side panels of our shorts. This fabric is obviously non-directional, so I want to make sure that I have mirror images so that we don't have really wacky shorts. The slant going up, this will point towards the back, and this goes to the front, so it does make a difference which way you put it. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to baste this together around the edges. So I'm just going to go ahead and clip that and take it over to my sewing machine and put a basting stitch around the perimeter there. Okay, I'm over here at my regular sewing machine, and I'm going to run a basting stitch around the sides and bottom, leaving the top open because, hey, it's a pocket. I'm going to go ahead and set my machine to a basting stitch, and it doesn't give me an option to make it any longer, but we will just go with the preset setting on this machine. All right, it is basted on there, and we've got ourselves a pocket. And I'm gonna go ahead and repeat these steps with the other side. And there is side pocket number 2. All right, I've got my shorts front, my middle little panel here with the pocket on it, and the back part of my shorts laid out. If you look, they kind of go up right in just like a perfect diagonal line from front to back. So that'll help you get the right pieces lined up. The front piece is smaller, the back piece is larger. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna flip this front piece over, and we're gonna pin it or clip it, whichever you choose. And we are going to stitch along here with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. I'm going to use my serger, but if you're using a regular sewing machine, you'll want to use a zigzag stitch so that you have the stretch for the fabric, or a stretch stitch. And then, so we'll stitch here, and then we will do the same thing, attaching the rear portion of this shorts leg to the side pocket and the front with a 3/8 seam allowance. And we'll do that for both sides of the pair of shorts. All right, now that we have our front, middle, and back panels stitched together on each leg, what we're going to do is we're going to take them and we are going to put them right sides together. And we are going to stitch with a 3/8 inch seam allowance, either on your serger or on your regular sewing machine, right here, and also right along this curve. So I'm going to go ahead and get these clipped. Take it on over to my serger. Alright, so this is going to be our center back seam right here. So of this larger curve is the center back seam. I'm going to go ahead and serge it together at 3/8 inch seam allowance. Do the same thing for the front center seam. After we've got these seams done, we're gonna pull our shorts. They're starting to look like shorts now, yay! And we're gonna do the center, the leg seam, the inner leg seam that goes along the crotch of the shorts. I wanna match up my seams here. And I like to, when I have tails like this from the serger, I like to tie them so that my seams don't get off centered. I like to kind of do that to kind of keep them in place. It'll get cut off as I serge it, but it helps me greatly. So we've got one leg here. The center, which I tied, and the other leg here. All right, and again, 3/8 inch. Turn these right side out and see what we've got. Okay, so here are our shorts. We've got our pockets. This is our waistband. It goes up in the back. And all we have left to do today is to hem these edges under 1 inch. And I'm going to do that at the regular machine with a zigzag stitch. Okay, we are going to go ahead and hem our shorts under 1 inch. I'm going to eyeball it. The shorts kind of have like a little flare out for the hem, so I'm just going to go along that little flare to make my 1 inch. Here's one leg. And let's go ahead and get this one, and then we'll stitch it on the machine. these inside out. And I'm going to go in and get my zigzag stitch, and I'm going to lengthen it to a 2.5, and I'm going to make this wide too. And back stitch. I'm gonna let the machine kind of pull the fabric. I don't want to stretch it out and make them a weird shape, so I'm just gonna kind of let the feed dogs do their job. It's kind of thick right here, so I'm going to give it a little help. Uh-oh. Then we gotta play bobbin chicken. Okay. Well, I won that round. I'm gonna go ahead and wind a new bobbin and finish up the other leg. All right, fresh bobbin, second leg, here we go. My machine is protesting this thickness a little bit. Okay, and you can see the zigzag gave me lots of stretch there. And with that, we are done with day 3. So here are our hemmed shorts. And tomorrow we will put together our waistband and our skirt. And see where I tied it together. It's pretty close.